hair is growing, you're just breaking it off. This is controversial, but we need to talk about it. Your hair may have actually not stopped growing. You just may be breaking it off at the same rate it's growing or even faster. Those are two completely different problems. Hair growth, it happens inside the follicle, which is underneath the surface of the scalp, and then length retention happens along the hair shaft, the part of the hair you obviously can see. Before we get into it, if you're new here, I'm Kaylee. I've been in this industry for almost a decade. That's my son being noisy in the background. Also, I lost a nail like half an hour before this, so sorry, I look a little bit crazy, but I'll pop up my transformation on the screen. Safe to say, this is why I'm so beyond passionate, and I really share everything. I have no clue what he just threw. I'm gonna check on that in a second. I share everything I've learned over the past couple of years, and I do have a chemistry degree and over 5,200 clients. So let's start talking about your hair shaft because it's made mostly of keratinized protein. Once it emerges from your scalp, it's not living tissue anymore. It can't biologically heal the same way skin does. The products, they can condition it, they can reduce friction, they can reinforce weak areas, they can improve the appearance. It cannot permanently fuse anything back together. Every day, your hair is exposed to something we call weathering. These are the cumulative effects of washing, of brushing, of heat, even sunlight, chemical processing, friction, just general manipulation. Your cuticle is the protective outer layer of your hair strand. When that layer becomes damaged or lifted, your hair loses water more easily. And then it tangles more readily, and it becomes increasingly more vulnerable to something called mechanical fracture. This is why someone can have visible regrowth at their scalp, but they still are saying that their hair doesn't grow. Your follicle may be doing its job perfectly well, but your ends are not surviving long enough for you to retain that growth. With breakage, it doesn't always look dramatic. You can even first notice shorter pieces around your hairline. You can notice white dots along your hair strand. Your ends can start looking more transparent. You can start getting excessive tangling, or your ponytail's thinner, especially at the bottom. Of course, I'm sure you want to know what actually helps. Reducing unnecessary friction is huge. Detangling gently. Of course, begin at your ends, then go up towards your roots. Always use conditioner to improve slip. A lot of people don't use conditioner. Avoid repeatedly doing the same heat, high heat, to the same part of your hair, especially if it's already a compromised area. Of course, be careful with overlapping bleach and permanent color. Protect your hair from tight, repetitive styles because it's placing tension on the same section. And if you have damage, you don't need to keep doing so much protein. Protein containing products can temporarily improve strength and also temporarily improve structure. Your routine would need adequate conditioning and lubrication. If your hair feels rigid, rough, impossible to detangle, it may not need another strengthening treatment. Of course, it's not realistic to just avoid every single different possible scenario of damage, but you do want to keep the rate of the damage lower than the rate of the growth, if that makes sense. I talk a lot about follicles, and in this case, it's a lot about preservation. Anyways, if you need help beyond my videos, send me a message. Bye.